winning, because a lot of people didn't get this opportunity. So many people who fought for South Africa to change, who fought for me to be able to put on this jersey, weren't allowed to put on this jersey. So now we're going to make sure that this team transformed, and it transformed not by just putting people of color there. We train them, we make them good enough to be there so that when they do play there, they represent South Africa. And I do believe that everybody who's played in the team has been good enough. And that's the thing also, we need to learn to mind each other in our different cultures, not just in rugby, but in community as well. In business, it's all that we do. You know, you can't just want to force your way because this is how you do things. Think about the next person next to you. And that's what we've learned, and Coach Rassie asked us, let's not keep it here in the team. Let's speak about it openly and honestly. We also want to see in Parliament, and we'll speak about serious stuff. How are we going to deal? How are people dealing with what happened in South Africa before? How is the next generation going to see the way forward? No, that's so important for us as South Africa, because I feel like a lot of things are spoken about, but the serious issues, because are too sensitive to speak about them in public. But we need to, because we need to learn. We need to know what's the way forward. How do we get better as South Africa? Because I know this win will inspire a lot of people, but it's not going to change how people are in circumstances. But for us as players, it's going to give us a platform that we can open more opportunities, like with our foundation, the works that we do around South Africa. So, yeah, we really hope this just doesn't end in a little bit of celebrations for a week, and it needs to do more. You know, it was really hard for us as a team. Think about it, 20 weeks, you're sitting with the same people the whole time. Somewhere, the struggle. You have to find, you have to start finding something you like. But now I like Evan's new haircut now, you know, so... Yeah, but thank you again for everything. I must tell you, when we were in France, it was difficult because, you know, people are hurting there. That obviously the country that didn't win. And we sat in the hotel, we celebrated together, but it didn't feel like what it felt like here. Because the people that we did it for now show us exactly what it means in our country. And we are very sad that we can't go everywhere. And as Mr. President said, we have to go back, some of us, to our club. Some guys are leaving early, some guys can't go do the whole trophy tour. But we do appreciate everyone. If we could, we honestly would go to all 9 provinces, because everybody deserves to see the trophy. But I do promise that they will get the full energy, the full attention about Walu and that bus tour. We'll give it everything. We'll try and give back the support that you gave to us. So thank you, Siyabulela. Bye, Danki.
Might as well just end it now, hey. Wow, that's fantastic, Sia. I've just got 2 questions to the World Cup winning captain, Sia, and the World Cup winning coach, Jock. Please call them World Cup winners, because they are that. Sia, double, thank you, double. Tuple. Sia, you mentioned culture, and you know the Springboks are a melting pot of diverse cultures. A very nice video surfaced the other day of you guys walking down the stairs, and Jesse was leading Ikwijo. We saw the Kwijo squad carrying our voices to Paris, and that was you guys hearing us, honestly. But just talk to me about Felix Jones. He was singing Leo Kwijo, and I was like, an Irish man singing Ikwijo is fantastic. How is it that you guys have just found each other so well in this melting pot? And then to you, Jock, Marvin Ori, he was the water boy. Just talk to me about the role he played. I mean, he always was there and on it, and I mean, he did brilliantly well from what we saw. Just give us your thoughts on that as well.
Marvin, the president. He's the president of my players, so we call him president. When you talk about transformation, and you see Felix Jones singing a Guicho like that, and Jesse leading it, that's, people think that's how really it is in our team, you know, because some people just talk it. And Felix, I give so much respect to him. He came from Ireland, first world country, 2019 when he first joined us, and obviously he doesn't understand what drives us, what makes South Africans. Came in, he bought in, and he saw how the rest of the world treat us. And then I remember after the last World Cup, and we had some time off, and I said, Felix, come to Sweden. I want you to see. That was after the trophy tour. Him and Aled Walters were with us then. They could not believe what they saw when we went, especially in the most disadvantaged areas. People found a way. If they didn't have a Springbok jersey, they wore a green jersey. And some of the kids chased us for so many kilometers, sprinting, running, and they said for them, the country doesn't happen like that. Maybe a few places that they go to, but not the whole of the country will be like that. Then Felix came to Sweden. I took him to Khalifa and Mafa, where I always go for braai. He sat with me, ate with me. I showed him where I slept at my house, and showed him my school and showed him my friends. And to him it made sense why we have the drive that we have, with the funding that we have compared to the other rugby teams in the world. For us to achieve what we achieve, I don't think we understand, but the spirit of South Africa, we don't make excuses. We look for opportunity, we work as hard as we can. So he bought into that. And I remember when we don't sing, when it got quiet after when we met this year, and we were like, what's going on? Like, why are you guys not singing anymore? And then we started singing, and then obviously he learned the songs, and I sang some of the songs to him, but like he would watch it, and now he knows the words fully, and that's what we talk about when we talk about transformation. It's not about numbers, it's about people actually, them changing from inside, and understanding each other's culture and learning to mind each other. So yeah, that's what made it so special for us as a group. And then even urinating is just so beautiful. Yeah. So you can call him for bookings for weekend and all those sort of things.
In terms of, I have a little joke on that. But no, talking about Marvin, I'm probably going to talk about the squad. I think that's probably the biggest thing why we're successful, I think, is that all 33 players, we can only select 23 to play. And as you guys know, we went with a 5-3 split with a guy like Mani and Kobus starting in the quarterfinal against France. And then they started again in the semi-final against England. And then for the final, we decided our tactic, rightly or wrongly, obviously rightly now because it worked out well. We went with a 7-1 split, which meant that they had to fall out, And yes, and their hearts obviously is broken. Everybody wants to play in a final. But I can promise you, and I'll get to Marvin now, when we had our training session that Monday, so the team was announced on Monday morning, when we trained that Monday afternoon, Kobus was the best version of Aaron Smith, and Mani was the best version of Richie Mo'unga. Studied their mannerisms, their profiles, and that's probably the beauty of this team. They get over it, and then they have to fulfill another role. In the previous 2 games, their role was to start and to lead the team to victory. In the last game, their role was to be the opposition, and that's Marvin. Marvin, I think, played 1.5 games, but Marvin was Mario Toje. He worked even up for that one, and so Marvin was brilliant. He just fulfilled his role. He knew if there was an injury, he would have been straight in, did the hard work, and then lastly, the squad of 33 players. The wives and the partners, when you have the wives and partners and a guy like Kobus or a guy like Mani doesn't get selected or a guy like Marvin doesn't get selected, it's easy that the partners can become envious, because their husbands aren't selected. But it never happened, and they pick up the pieces, the partners, the wives and the partners and the kids, they pick up the pieces when they don't get selected. And they don't become envious, and there was never a riff and never a tiff. And the wives who didn't, whose husbands weren't selected, was the one leading the parties, helping, making it fun. So no, I think that's probably the strength of this group. It's an unbelievable group of people.
Jacques, sorry, I think you've been asked this question a couple of times before the start of that final week. Just from a personal level, and I know you've been in the system for quite a long time. You spoke about 2013 coming into the institute and learning about new players like Sia and everybody that's involved in this squad. But personally, from your point of view, how has this group of players grown? And as you move forward, what kind of legacy do you think that this group of players will leave from a South African rugby point of view, having known them from probably when they were 17, 18, 19 years old?
I think that's probably, yes, that's an unbelievable privilege that I've had. How old are you now, Sia? 5 months. He's 32, and we started working. How long have we been working together? So, it's how many? I've got really good skin. Oxy? 14 years. So, okay, 14 years. So we've been working together, myself, Eben, Chesi, maybe a year later. I think Chesi, you were a year behind him. Oxy, maybe a little bit later from RTS Liviota. But the point I'm trying to make is, let's say we work 14 years together and he's 32. We've probably been, it sounds long, 14 years, but it's more than a third of Sia's life. And that's probably the fortunate thing that I had, being involved with this group for such a long time at different levels from school. So I knew them from naughty, when they were naughty and they were at varsity, and when we all were naughty, till now they are husbands, they are fathers, they are unbelievable with their kids and unbelievable family men. And what legacy will they leave? You know what, they didn't change. See, the Sia that I met when he was 18 is still the Sia that he is now, and the Cheslin that I met when he played fullback. That was it. We had a mean back three in that under 19 group to play sevens, Justin Geduld, and those boys, they could step. So it never changed. The fame never got to them. They never became entitled. So I think that's the legacy they will leave. You know, title. I think when you become a Springbok, you can be. I'm going to use them. You can be even. There's Eben the person and there's Eben the Springbok rugby player. And they never became the title. Does it make sense? Sia never became Sia the Springbok captain. He always stayed Sia. And I think that's the beauty of this group. They never became the title. They just stayed the person. And that's the beautiful thing for me.
Can I ask Ox, Cheslin, and Eben to come in front, please?
They're coming after.
I wanted to
Well, they can come now.
Okay.
They can come now.
Yeah? You moving?
Yeah, make this bring
Minister, at some stage, I just want you to be at the top table as well, Minister. We still got a question or two for you guys, Minister.
Guys, can I just ask, actually, on that note, I think the important thing is to get the players and Jock back to the hotel as soon as possible. Could I ask that we do this side of the media conference first, and then we let them go to the hotel? They've been flying for ages, they've been away for ages, and then we can actually have the Minister and Mark on the table for any further questions. Would that be all right?
Okay, so here we go. It seems like I'm going to have to take my go and start my questions. So let me start with you. A question we need to talk about openly as well is the fact that you are starting. Firstly, congratulations, guys. The medals looks very nice on you guys, though. Thank you so much. Congratulations. A question, an issue we need to talk about openly as well is the fact that you are starting a new journey now after this. I know you want to celebrate with your country now at the moment. You're starting a new journey going back to France. How are you seeing this new journey with Racing 92? And how has that changed the dynamics with you still being available for the national side in your capacity as a captain? My second, Cheslin, on a lighter note, there was a historic moment when Sia Kolisi hoisted that trophy. A historic moment when you were fighting with the flag there. So can you just possibly just give us an idea what was happening there with the flag? And just lastly, Jacques, jammer net Afrikaans vanaf ons veeltalige land net kortliks. Is dit hoe jy jou loopbaan afgesluit het, meneer? Is dit die beste manier om jou loopbaan af te sluit? Praat ons oor jou journey wat jy deurgegaan het en iemand jy gevra die legacy wat jy agter wil laat. Hoe dink jy moet die succession plan wees nou vir SA Rugby, veral vir die Springbokke, meneer? Thank you so much.
Yes, sorry for my voice. Good morning to everyone. Honestly, first of all, you just said
fighting with the South African flag, man. I'm not in the photo, but I'll take that. Wearing that flag, having it on your chest, it's the world. For us as players, South African, wherever we go. So, yeah, I've had a fight with a flag around my face, but that's the love of South Africa. So, thank you so much.
You were fighting for your life.
I was suffocated.
Yeah. You're making it very. No, we were laughing the whole time. They sent a video in the group, but he's the best part about it. He's still celebrating. Yeah. Personally, I think for me, nothing will change. I mean, I'm still gonna be out for selection. I really want to play and continue to play. And about being captain, I don't know what's that gonna be. I'm not the coach. What matters to me is the most. As long as I can put on the Springbok jersey, it doesn't matter whether I'm a captain or not. That's not the most important. Because if I'd say to you that I dreamt of being the Springbok captain, I'll be lying to you. So as long as I'm available for selection and I get selected, that's all I care about. But I am looking forward to the new journey, and yeah, hopefully it goes well. But for now, we're just gonna enjoy being home, enjoy being double world champions back to back.
He must get used to the croissants, as it pop and balls on.
Percy, my is in Afrikaans. In terme van my, eerstens ek dink ek begin met die succession planning. Dit sal gelukkig om 7 weke by die toetse saam met die bokke te wees, jy weet, en eers ek het gedog nooit weer betrokke raak nie, en toe in 2016 toe ek vir 3 toetse teen Ierland, maar toe het ek klaar geteken by Munster, en toe ek daar weg is, dus dink ek, okay, dit is 10 toetse, yes, maar dit was ongelooflike 10 toetse saam met die bokke, maar dit is 'n ongelooflike span om deel van te wees. So, en nou is ek weer, en baie mense dink, dis die einde, maar een ding wat ek geleer het, die lewe, ons beplan ons lewens, en ons dink, yes, ek wil oor 'n jaar daar wees, en oor 'n jaar daar wees, en oor 'n jaar daar wees, maar weet jy, die lewe het sy eie planne met jou. So, vir nou is dit, die einde, vir nou met hierdie groep, maar of het die einde is, vir my saam met die bokke, dit kan niemand sê nie. Ek sal enige tyd weer wil terugkom, ek moet goed genoeg wees, ek moet relevant wees, die spelers wil jou daar hê, die mense moet jou daar wil hê, en as dit dan die geval is, en dit gebeur weer, het sal ongelooflik wees.
Okay, I have a few questions. Firstly, to you, Coach. I just want to check, going back to the issue of money, was it the most difficult decision you have had to take as a coach, leaving him out of the final? And to see, I don't know if you have applied your mind properly on this thing. I know a lot of things has been happening over the last few days, but they always say that a good dancer knows when to leave the stage. I'm talking about not as a player, but as a captain. Have you applied your mind of maybe saying you can step away from the captaincy and give somebody your leadership to take over, looking at the new cycle of the 4 years going to the next World Cup, if you have or if you not? And to Cheslin, what went through your mind during those last few minutes? No, most of us, we felt sorry for you because it was really a very tight situation. And to Insusutu, to you, Ox, we good young after everything that has happened so far.
Yeah. So taking it in, Mara, good luck at you. That's all I have to say.
Was it a tough decision to leave Moni out? Yes, it breaks your heart as a coach. It's probably for me, from moving from assistant coach to head coach, that is the worst part of the job, is to tell players that you are not selected. And Moni is definitely, I can't say it will be the next coach that will decide that, but I believe he has the ability to be the future. If you think about how excellent he was, I think him and Damian Willemse, since Andre got injured in Adelaide, it's a long time ago now, it was 2022, I think, third game in Rugby Championship. The next week we played Australia in Sydney. We haven't won there in 27 years, and Damian Willemse is the fly-off, and he led us. Not that it's him alone; it's a team effort. But I mean, we for the first time in 27 years, the late Ian McIntosh team last won a game there. They won in Sydney. So that's and then from then on, obviously we had a hiccup against Ireland and then against France with a red card. And from then on, yes, between Damian Willemse and Mani as fly-offs, they were phenomenal. And the discussions that we had in the final they obviously lost out, not because they weren't good enough. They lost out because we believed that a 7-1 split was the way to go to neutralize New Zealand. So whenever we do team selection, there's a lot of things we look at. We look at GPS stats. We look at how much minutes they played. We look at for interest sake, if you the semi-final, the quarter-final against France, I mean, Kobus Reinach plays against the Pont often. If you look at the semi-final against England, the scrum half that plays for England comes from Northampton Saints, where Kobus applied his trade. That he was a youngster in the academy, so obviously Kobus knew him very well and was almost his senior. So there's a lot of factors that we calculate whenever we do a selection. And the analysis we did on New Zealand, we believe that a 7-1 was the way to go, and unfortunately they had to stay out. But like I said, they took it like men, and no egos. And yes, they were heartbroken. They should be, because it's such an honor to play, and they were good enough to play in the World Cup final, as was Andre Esterhuizen, as was Kane Moody. If you think how they played against New Zealand the previous time, we've given New Zealand the biggest score margin in the history between South Africa and New Zealand, and Kane Moody and Andre Esterhuizen was the 12 and the 13. So they also deserved. I think that's the beauty of the squad. Everybody was good enough from a performance level to play. But unfortunately, that is the way we made decisions, and the players, like we mentioned numerous times, the players were big enough to take it like that.
No, just obviously getting a yellow card was disappointing, and you drop a whole team, you drop a whole country in minutes like that in the final. So yes, I'll be honest, I didn't watch the last few minutes of the game. I've seen a few videos of it now, but honestly, God did it for us, and just grateful to be sitting here and having the Webberlys in South Africa. So
No, honestly, I haven't thought about that. I think the most important, most urgent, obviously, has been the World Cup, and I said earlier, being Springbok captain obviously is huge, especially for the country, but for us, like I've only got a small role to play within the team. I've got Ian, I've got Dwayne, I've got all this, and we're all leaders in the group. We're all in charge of a part of the game. I think whoever is Springbok captain is always going to have the most support, and they will fit in like a club. It's all about what you do and what you do. But yeah, it doesn't. As long as I can put on the Springbok jersey, I'm happy.
Is it jersey?
Could I please ask guys, those that are asking questions, the 2 questions left, could we restrict it to 1 question each, please, so that we can get Mark and the Minister up, because we are running out of time now.
Okay, Jacques, over here, in front. Just how difficult is it, walking away from this team at a moment like this, but also on the flip side, how important is it to walk away when you are on the up and the nation isn't turning against you because results are not going your way?
I just say, I don't think I'm walking away. I'll never walk away from the Springboks. The Springboks have given me everything, and in the Springboks, I'll say, are the players. I'm not a very emotional guy, but I would have been a physio in Bloemfontein if senior leaders like our president, Mr. Alexander Rassi, you need people to back you, to believe in you. And I would have loved to be a fly on the wall in that conversation where Rassi said, listen guys, I think this physio defense coach is good enough to be a head coach, and he hasn't been a head coach before, but I think he's good enough. So first of all, you need people that believe in you. Then you need people that's around you. I mean, there's a lot of things that I'm not good at. So in terms of our management, that full where I'm not good at, they just step up and they fulfill their role. And then the players are, coaches are nothing without players. Players are the people that sacrifice, that do their shoulders, that Sia did his knee. So, and you ask them to do that. So I think, no, it's nice for me, the fact that that I'm moving on to a next chapter, and only a next chapter for a couple of years. And like I mentioned, nobody knows how it's going to go forward. Life has its own way how he deals with it, and the road that he puts you on, or destiny does. So, but hopefully. You'll never know. Hopefully, I'll be back. But yes, again, the players make you nothing. Coaches are nothing without players. They are everything.
Thank you to the world champions. I just want to say thank you for defending the Rugby World Cup Championship and giving us all the bragging rights for the next 4 years against all of those other fans. I'd just like to know from the players' side, especially, gentlemen, you think you can do it again and complete the treble in defense of the World Cup?
Yes.
That wraps up the questions over here, guys. But before we do, because I think you'd enjoy this one, Evan, tell us about your haircut.
Elizabeth.
Yeah, so it was about 5 weeks ago. I think me and Archie Snyman spoke on the bus, and I just said if we win the World Cup, I'll cut my hair the same as yours. And obviously after the win in the final, it was about 4:30 in the morning. And the last time I drank water was in the game. So we weren't drinking water, and he just reminded me of my bet. And obviously I wanted to be a man of my word, and I mean, winning this cup with these guys, I'll do anything. So yeah, I decided to cut my hair, and he sat me down, and Damien Minister cut my hair, and I've gotten a few compliments, probably from all my friends. My wife also says it's not too bad. So as long as she's happy, I'm happy.
Sorry, just on a sort of more of a sensitive note, I don't know if you guys have seen, but after the game, there was a video that went out on TikTok about Jody Barrett, that somebody thinks he didn't shake the president's hand, and he's been getting a lot of like bad media, or people are like being hard on him. But obviously he's going through, it's tough losing a World Cup final, and obviously getting that kind of negative media is not good. And I know him personally as someone that I know very well. He's not that kind of person. the video was taken probably after he shook the hand. He obviously shook the president's hand. And we just want to say, we the South African team have spoken to Coach Chuck about it. We are fully behind him. We respect New Zealand a lot. They respect us a lot. So please just give him a slack. Let's just celebrate. There's nothing worse than losing a game and then also being on media getting all this kind of messaging. So it's really been tough for him and obviously the team and his family. But as a South African team, we're all behind them. Yeah, so yeah, please, if you can, he did shake the president's hand. Thank you.
Thank you, Jenny.
Sorry, Z, last word. Obviously, the Proteas are in India and they are making us proud. They are fighting as hard as you can. They've been sending us messages of support to Temba and the team. I just want to actually encourage the country. Please do get behind them as much as you have behind us. They really do deserve our support, and they've been showing why they deserve our support. They're going to do something that's never been done before. So we're going to have to support them like we've never done it before. And honestly, I don't need to tell you how well they play because you can see. So please, let's get behind them. And we hope we've given them a little bit of support, of inspiration to go through this. Imagine a World Cup winning team and the Proteas also do it. So yeah, Temba and the team, we're all behind you. We love you and we appreciate you.
Thank you, gentlemen. We'll let you go to the hotel now. I'd like to call the Minister and Mark Alexander to please come up to the top table now.
Minister, hi. He's just arrived.
Outside.
Guys, remain enough on the side. People are waiting for us. 3, 2,
นักข่าว